My name's Mark Peterson, and I'm running for the Utah State Legislature, House of Representatives, District number 62. Let me tell you the reasons why I'm running. I'm running not as a planned, programmed politician that's been planning for this my whole life, not at all. I was minding my own business. I'm a university professor, and the Democratic Party came to me and asked me if I would run. I thought about it and thought of the sacrifice it would take, my schedule, everything, and decided it's not the right thing to do, and I turned them down. And after I turned them down, I started thinking about it, that I'd really passed up a wonderful opportunity, a chance to serve my country and a chance to do the right thing. So I called them up and said, is the offer still good? And they said yes, and it was a day before the deadline. Another reason I'm running is that I didn't like what I was hearing my opponent doing in the legislature. I didn't like the kinds of bills he was proposing, the kinds of things that he was working on, the group that he was affiliated with, a group that's rather extreme, and I thought it just wouldn't be right to let that go unchallenged. So I started into this thing just out of a principle of loyalty. But now that I'm in it, I've got the bit in my teeth, and I'm giving it my best shot. Although I'm running on the Democratic ticket, my principles are right down the middle of the road. And I believe in a consensus. I believe that there are extremes on both sides that we should rein in or let them go, and that we should be doing the things that's the best for the majority of the people. And that's not what's happening in our current legislature. My opponent is in line with a group of other people that are proposing rather extreme propositions that have to do with challenging the Constitution of the United States, that proposes and supports bills that are not in line with the best interests of the majority of our people. The first three things we need to work on are education, education, and education. I didn't know at the time, but the state budgets, the state legislative budget, the largest portion, it's nearly half of our budget, is for education. So that's job one. And what's happened in this state recently is we've let things slide. And we have fallen from being one of the best states. In fact, we had the best public education system years ago, and we've let it slide, and we're doing other things and talking about other issues, and we're not tending to business, and I think we're suffering from it. It's because of our strong education that we have as strong an economy as we have. There's a definite tie between education and economy. Whereas the rest of the nation is at 10% unemployment right now, we're only at 7% because we have a well-educated, strong workforce. We'd be even stronger if we tended to business and had a better educational system now. We have let the numbers of graduates from high school drop. We've let the number of people attending college drop. And the State Office of Education knows about this and is serious about it, but they need help in the state legislature, people that have their priorities straight to take care of job one first, and that's the job of education. So that's what I think is the first thing that we have to do, and the number one thing that I'm running for. There are other issues, and I pledge my efforts to study them, research them, to reach across the aisle, to bring people together so that we can have a consensus on good bills and not some of these silly bills that have been passed lately. We need to clean house in the state legislature. You've seen the Senate Majority Leader resign in disgrace, the House Majority Leader resign in disgrace. You've seen, just this last year, and you've seen all of these bills that have coming out that don't really pertain to much of anything. Fighting with the federal government, suing the federal government rather than trying to work out an access to the land that we need and those kinds of things. This antagonistic approach to government is not the right thing to do. When this state legislature wants to sue the federal government and sets aside $3 million in legal fees, and the federal government's going to have to respond with $3 million in legal fees to fight this thing out in courts, is just a silly waste. The first governor of this state was a guy by the name of Brigham Young, and he said, don't take your disputes to the law courts. And I think that's good advice today. We should work out deals with the federal government to get the access to the resources that we need and to find a way of cooperating. When we sue the federal government, as far as I'm concerned, I'm suing me. I am the federal government, I am the state government, and I think that's a nonsensical way to approach it. I want to invite you to look at my website, study the issues. Look at my opponent's website. Google his name. Look at the press and the stories that have come from his actions in the legislature. If you look at the background of some of the things that he has voted for and some of the things he's voted against, you'll see he's not only out of step with the legislature, he's particularly out of step with our own district around here. So I invite you to do the research. Look at my website, check out my Facebook page, and I hope to see you in the polling booths on November 2nd. I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you.